So my name is Lina V. Here's something about me. No, I do have a rap actually. I should do that for you. But anyway, my name's Lina V. I currently live in LA area. And how I got here, well, where I'm from, first of all, I was from Rockford, Illinois. It's a town 2 hours west of Chicago, but where I was born was Chonburi, Thailand, in a refugee camp. But where my country of origin is Laos. But basically lived in Rockford my whole entire life. I learned everything from that city. I discovered that I love singing and just everything about music, playing it, listening to it, performing. So yeah, I kind of just did that for the majority of my years and decided, you know what, like I want to go discover music somewhere else. And so I lived in Philly for a little bit, and then eventually I went up like towards the Bay. I knew I wanted to be in Southern California, but I knew that it was going to be a culture shock for me, so I moved up there with my sister, and then eventually moved down to LA area, so I'm here now. So it's funny because people ask me that all the time, and I'm like, honestly, I learned singing probably at the same time I learned talking and learned crawling and walking and all those things. Like I really don't remember learning how to sing. I just knew like I came with it. But as the years went by, I realized both sides of my family, on my dad's side and my mom's side, they both have like natural abilities with music. Like they're really musically inclined. I think so. It just made sense to me that naturally, like that's what I gravitated towards. So I discovered that okay, I'm good at this music thing, but I never really took it seriously until recently. Okay, so I went through a huge spiritual awakening in the year of 2021. I was on Wheel of Fortune, and yes, the story starts there. I was on Wheel of Fortune, and before I even got on that show, I was auditioning for it, and I was in a relationship at that time, so that was like end of 2020. Well, my boyfriend, who I thought I was gonna marry and like have kids with and everything and live that normal life that I grew up in, he ends up breaking up with me. I like didn't know what to do with myself after that because I had this like whole life planned, right? So that happened in December of 2020. Well, 4 days after that, I find out that I got chosen to be a contestant on Wheel of Fortune, and that was like the first click for me. That was the first realization that like, oh, okay, things are moving around for me in my life. Like, I just have to trust the process, right? But, you know, after a breakup, especially one of that magnitude, I was like really depressed, and I didn't know if I was gonna be able to survive that. Like I got a therapist, and so I was just like, how am I gonna get out of this depressive rut that I'm in, this pit that I'm in? So I had to go back to like elementary school and like draw out a visual. I was like, okay, Lina, you need to see something every single day that's gonna motivate you to like continue with life. Well, I decided to turn my 2020 vision board around, right? Turn that around, blank white canvas. I realized that what inspires me the most are people who are really, really good at what they do, AKA goats, people who are greatest of all time. And so I was like, cool, I want to be a goat in my own right, you know, in my own lane. So how do I do that? And so at the top of this poster board in a black permanent marker, in capital letters, I wrote Goat Mountain and underlined it. Then underneath it, I drew a big mountain or hill or whatever. I'm not a good artist, so when you guys actually see the actual picture, it's not gonna look anything like how I'm saying probably, but anyway. So I drew like a big hill, and then I drew a little goat, like a physical goat, like on the side of it that was stuck, and so that was me. And so I was like, Lina, why are you stuck in the first place? Okay, it's because you're scared of going any higher. Why are you scared of going any higher? Okay, you're scared of heights, because the higher you go, the harder the fall, right? Okay, but you know that you can't just stay stuck all your life, like you gotta move. So at the top of this mountain, I drew a fountain that represented like health, wealth, healing, forgiveness, money, like abundance, everything that I knew I deserved and I wanted. That's what the fountain represented to me. So every day in my real life, I would do stuff that was good for me, whether if it was save money, got my nails done, put up healthy boundaries with people, you know, really like did inner work, shadow work, I guess they call it sometimes. But anyway, so I would cross out my old goat and I would draw a new one up towards this goal, right? So I did that for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And finally, Wheel of Fortune, the taping of Wheel of Fortune happens, right? And I'm up there and I'm calling out these letters. And I realized that the freaking puzzle said mountain goat on there. I'm getting chills right now. I still get chills from that moment, from that moment of being like, oh shit. Like it says mountain goat, oh shit. Like I'm not in control of none of this right now. Like there's a higher power that's orchestrating and I have a role. I just have a role, which made me feel amazing because I just think that we live our lives not knowing what the hell we're doing and searching for purpose. And here it is finally being given to me. And so in that moment, I was just like, Lina, you're selling yourself short. You're a musician, a vocalist, a chef, just like a good person. Like you need to spread more love, spread your story, tell your story, And so, it was that moment that I knew and I surrendered and I was just like, okay, like it's whatever you want me to do, higher power, God, universe, whoever you want to call it. Like, yes, like I surrendered in that moment. And so, I'm here to share my story and everything that I got to offer to this world because I'm not going to be here forever, and I fully believe in like leave a place better than how you found it. And that's all I'm trying to do.